so glad that you clicked on this video today to join me in bringing you some amazing bookish content. And as you can see by today's title, I am finally bringing you, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit late, my January TBR, and I'm going to be talking about my reading goal for 2023. Now, I was debating on doing a December TBR. Every book that I set out to finish, I finished it. I am starting fresh this year, so I thought, why bring 2022, the year we are so glad to get rid of, and enter into 2023 with a fresh start, a new slate to say the least. But yes, I'm going to be bringing you guys these books. I'm going to be telling you about them, the ones that I hope to read this month, and a little bit about each book, just in case you would like to read them as well. They will all be linked down below for you guys so that you can pick up the book on Amazon if you want it. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into my January TBR. All right, guys, so I have some coffee here. It's so good. This mug, I can't remember where I got it, but I don't remember where I got this from, but it is a caramel macchiato coffee from Target, the Good and Gather brand, with a little half and half and the Silk brand oat milk creamer oatmeal cookie. Oh, you guys, it's so good, but I love it. I haven't had coffee that like tastes this good in a long time, but also I think because this is brewed like a light brew, like the strength is light, so I think that's why I like it so much. I think I was having like dark roast coffee every single time I was brewing it. I don't know if I just didn't realize or I forgot, but it like wasn't hitting the spot, but this hits the spot. But yes, you guys, these are all the books that I want to read in January this month. There's 9 books. Yes, I'm being ambitious. I'm also reading one audiobook, so that makes it, or listening to an audiobook, that makes it 10. And then I have a book from last month that I'm nearly done with, so that makes it 11. So yes, quite a lot of books this month, but I'm feeling hopeful and positive because I love the first book if I'm doing book number 2 in this stack. So I know that I'm gonna love this one. And then I'm already in the middle of one of them and it's fantastic. So I'm pretty hopeful that I'll be able to get these done. There's gonna be so many reading vlogs coming for you guys soon, so stay tuned for that. I definitely wanna dive into that realm here on BookTube because I haven't so much. But yes, to start with the very first book on my January TBR, to not surprise any of you guys, because you probably already expected this, but it is The Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns, book number 2 by Chris Colfer. And you guys, there we go. The cover is just flawless. It's so cute. We have Alex and Connor on the front. So basically this ends off with Alex and Connor like you saw in my review video. If you've watched, I'll make sure to link it down below. But they were transported, literally fell into the Land of Stories, and were trying to figure out how they can get home. At the end, they were able to figure it out, and with that comes more adventure. They were able to realize that as well when they got to speak to their grandma at the end of the story. So this is just going to follow them on that next step. I don't want to give too much away just because I want you to read the first book so that the title makes sense, if you will. So, but this is going to be the first book. This is a middle grade fantasy novel. Book number 2 is Legendborn by Tracy, Dion, and this is a book that you guys selected for me. So on my community post a few weeks ago, I asked you guys to help me pick a book for my January TBR, and this is the one you guys voted on. So if you don't look there regularly, please go take a look at the community tab. I post a lot of updates there, questions. I have a Q&A video that I want to do soon, and I want you guys to ask me questions. So make sure that you go head over there because then you get that inside scoop, especially if you don't have Instagram or you don't want to have Instagram or anything. So be sure to check out the community tab. But yes, this is book number 2. Now, I don't know anything about this. Nothing. I don't even know if I've read the back. I don't know anything about it. I'm going in blind, guys, but I'm super excited to dive into this book. Book number 3 is obviously book number, I think this is 2. Is this number 2? Yes, book number 2 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Book number 1, flawless. I cannot believe it took me so long to read this series, but I'm loving it. So obviously, book number 2, you guys already know, once I finish this book, it's going to be about, we're going to have a video, we're going to be talking about it because J.K. Rowling and even the book Chris Colfer, Enchantress Returns, They know how to write, and to me, they have messages and powerful things in their books that I like talking about, and I like talking about books, so we are going to have a video of that soon. Then I'm reading The Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, and I've heard really good things about this. Looking at other people's booktube channels, they love it. It's a lot of romance in this book, and I have not read really any romance in a while, guys. I literally think my last one might have been Sally Rooney's The Hating Game. Loved it. Enemies to Lovers. Love it. So I'm excited to dive into this and kind of see. This is going to be my first Tracy Dion's book, Legendborn, but this would be like one of the first YAs that I've read in a while as well, so I'm super excited in that, and there will be a reading vlog coming soon on it, just to kind of talk about my thoughts while I'm reading it, but yeah, super excited to dive into that. Then we have book number 5 is Sarah J. Maas, The Assassin's Blade, and this is the prequel to the Throne of Glass series. So I'm going to be starting this because I think this is the first series of hers I want to read. I also have her other two, the Akatar and the Crescent City. I don't know at all if those are like all connected. I think they're separate series, so I should be fine with starting with this first. But this is the prequel to the Throne of Glass, so it gives you a little background before you dive into book 1 and so on and so forth. So I picked it up on Amazon. I'm super excited to dive in. I've heard great things about this author. She's a great writer, so I want to get into the hype, and that is also a YA. Then Cinder, of course, I think I had a comment not too long ago of one of you guys wanting me to read this and review it, and that you've loved it. So I am obviously going to be diving into Cinder, and this is by Marissa Mayer, and I'm just really excited about it. Like I said in my haul video not too long ago, if I can remember which one, I'll link it down below as well. But I saw this book at Barnes & Noble and had to pick it up because on Goodreads, and even the ones that I've seen on Amazon when I was looking, I never noticed they had this cover. And you guys, it's stunning. The other ones are really bland and bleak, and they kind of remind me of the Twilight covers. I've never read Twilight, never watched the movies, but when I look at the store, the covers are so similar that I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. The cover did not pull me in, but when I saw this, obviously I had to get it. It's so stunning and so vibrant. So yes, once I read it, you guys will know about it. We'll talk about it. And then I had to pick up book number 3 of the Land of Stories. So I want to just continue the stories, this series this month. So this is A Grim Warning. This is also by Chris Colfer, and obviously it has an amazing cover, and I have absolutely no clue what this one is about at all because I just looked at the back of that one. I just obviously know I was going to read this one, so I picked it up. And then the next book is book number 3 of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, let me know, but by J.K. Rowling. And I'm really excited to dive into this. Again, like the second book, the first book, the series is amazing. I cannot wait to look at the movies as well. I was debating on doing it after each book, read the movie, but then I was thinking maybe read a few books and then watch a few movies. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But let me know down below, what do you guys prefer? Do you like the movies better, the books better? Did you not like it at all? Have you ever read it? Did you, love both of them? Just kind of let me know your thoughts. What were your favorite books, your favorite movies of this series? And then the very last book that I'm reading this month, if you guys have not looked at the community tab on my Instagram, you should do that. Handle up there on the screen. But it's The Measure by Nikki Erlich. And you guys, I've had this on my shelf for a while. This is one of my 3 hardcover books that I literally have. I've never been a hardcover girly. I've always preferred paperback. It has to do with the weight of the book, the texture. It all kind of factors in of why I don't like it. Also, I really don't like that the sleeves are the only nice part of the book, and then you get this ugly black cover. I think, not that it's tacky, but I just don't like how that looks, and then it costs a lot of money. So, but when I saw this, when it came out and everyone was talking about it, I picked it up. You guys, it's amazing. And you know me, based on the last review videos that I've had, I love talking about books, and I love talking about books that have a message, that have a theme, that have something that needs to be discussed. So soon, I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna have the Blameless series, book 1 and 2, a full review with no spoilers coming out for you guys. That is a middle grade fantasy series. Book 3 obviously will be coming soon, hopefully next year, or 2024, who knows, but that is also a book with a very good message, and it's a book I want to talk about, a series I want to talk about. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably already put the pictures of the covers up here on the screen, but that'll be coming next week. But yeah, I love talking about books that make me think. Books that give me something to, think about and discuss with family and friends. This is that book. With colleagues, with your boss, with someone at the grocery store. You can really use this as a conversation piece. I mean, just to give you a little bit of background if you have never heard of it, and I highly recommend it, it'll be linked below. It follows the world, so our world. Not sure what the year is, but I believe it's March 1st, just regular time, almost the beginning of spring. And every adult from the age 22 and up has received a wooden little mahogany box on their front doorstep. So if they were homeless, wherever they laid their head, the box was there. If they are out in the desert somewhere, the box was there. If they are someone who was camping, it was outside their tent. Wherever they were located, they received a box if they were 22 and up. And so when they get these boxes, inside the box is a string. There's either long strings or there are short strings, and those determine the length of life you have left to live. So the world is in panic, in turmoil, all trying to figure out who sent these boxes, where did they come from? The government has no clue. And the way she writes it is exactly the way society would react to something like that. And I think that's what drew me in from these first pages that I was reading, is that I know 100% the government would react that way. That lady at the grocery store would react that way. The school would react that way. I would react that way. Like, that's how the world would react to these things. You know what I mean? So I just really love how it's almost, to me, like you're reading nonfiction, but you're not. And reading this also made me think that maybe I need to pick up a nonfiction. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a nonfiction person, but if you guys know of any good nonfiction novels that not follow this premise, obviously, but have a vibe that you think I would like, list them down below, because I definitely think after this, I'm gonna kind of want to dive into a few. And then recently on my Instagram, someone commented the book 11/22/63. I'll post the picture up here, but that follows the real story of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, but it's a fiction. So it's someone going back in time to try to stop the assassination. And that also intrigued me, because although that's based on a real event, it has that nonfiction vibe to it that I really like. But you guys, this is amazing. I cannot wait to finish it. I'm gonna finish it today, probably. It's so good. And if I can recommend a book to literally start your 2023 out with, it would be this one. Obviously, I don't know what the rest of the book is going to entail. I don't really know why these boxes came. I'm not that far in yet, but the fact that it's so intriguing and that's how society would react to it, I recommend it. So this is obviously my first book of 2023 because it needs to be a hardcover, and obviously it needs to be something with such an interesting plot and whatnot. I'm loving it. So far, I'm really loving it. But yeah, that is the very last book. That's going to conclude all the books that I want to read this month. And like I was saying, if I almost forgot, I am listening to the audiobook, The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. This is book number 3 in the series. So far, so good. Book 2 was a little slow, so I gave it 4 stars. Book 1 was a 5-star. Book 3, it's something about going forward in these. It doesn't have a catching storyline plot yet. I don't know, maybe it's gonna get there. I hope the books don't slowly get not good as they go on, which I'm kind of feeling, but I'm hopeful this one will at least be about a 4-star. But based on how I felt going through, I might be getting 3.5, 3, but we're still hopeful. So I'm listening to that. And then I am still working through The Dark Star Rising by Bennett R. Coles. This is book number 2 in the Black Wood and Virtue series. So technically it's about 12 books, I think, this month, which is fine. One of them is an audiobook, almost done with 2 of them. Have some reading votes coming up. So yeah, I'm excited for this month. I'm excited for this year. Happy 2023, you guys. And yes, I want to talk to you about what my reading goal for this year is. Last year, I set my goal to 20 books. I know, but like I was saying, I started my reading last year, January 2022, and I was still in college. I didn't graduate until February, and then I had a lot of stuff to kind of just figure out my life after college. So between January and honestly up until June, I wasn't really reading. I think I finished 1 or 2 books. And so in June, I started blasting them out, and I ended up completing 46 46 books, I think. Yeah, 46 or 47 books in 6 months. So that was like really exciting for me. You know, that's a lot of books compared to what I used to read, nothing. It was amazing. Like my love of books developed this year. So going into this year, I've given myself the goal of 75 books, but knowing that I did nearly 50 books in half the year, and I'm like really into reading, I'm reading a lot faster. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be closer to 100, hopefully a little bit more, but I enjoy it and I'm really excited about it. And I'm looking forward to see what the year will bring in terms of reading. But yeah, let me know down below if you guys have set a reading goal for yourself. I think each month will be different. And I'm really passionate about the books so far that I have in this stack. So I'm assuming they're all gonna get done, but who knows? I wanna take it a little bit less pressure, put a little less pressure on myself going forward with like, these books I have to read, I can't read anything else. If my feelings change towards a book, I'll put it down and I'll grab something else and I'll notify you. But like, that's kind of the vibe of where I'm going this year. But yes, I'm super excited. I'm so glad that you guys are here. As I'm filming this, I think the last subscriber count was 324 subscribers, you guys. I cannot believe that I literally just said 200 subscriber giveaway that's going to be announced tomorrow. The box is right here, so I'm super excited about that. But like, we're already like 125 above that. Like, it's insane. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. And like I was saying in my recent community post, I asked for questions in terms of a Q&A, like my age, where I'm from, my favorite book, really anything. But also there is a post there that asks you guys a question of, what do you want to see? What made you subscribe to my YouTube channel? What would you like to see videos about? You know what I mean? Just let me know, because I'm really using this as a learning tool, because like I've only been doing this for about 2 months. So it's like, I want you guys to want to stay and to want to watch the content, but just let me know. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to my Instagram, and I'll have the handle up here on the screen and link down below, because I will be posting content there, a lot of bookish, lifestyle, encouraging content as well. And yeah, I'm really, really glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that you like living for books. I'm glad that my channel brings you some type of joy and sparks a little happiness in your day. But yes, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit your notification bell so you can be notified every single time I post a video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and join this bookish fam, because we are so nice and we have so much fun together. But yes, you guys, I will catch you in my very next video. Bye.